Hello and welcome to Galatta Plus. In this episode, we are going to be talking about Dhaakad, which has been directed by Razneesh Ghai, and it stars Kangana Ranaut and Arjun Rampal. Dhaakad is the kind of action thriller where someone in the back room tells the field operative something like this: Dragonfly, this is Ringmaster. It's the kind of movie where the protagonist suffers stabbings and 10,000 bullets and even being stabbed in the chest only to survive each time. It's the kind of movie with latex masks and a variety of disguises. In short, it's the kind of movie that is generally made with a male lead. And at least in theory, and decades after Vijay Shanti, it's good to have a woman kicking some serious butt on screen. The target is a human trafficking ring and the trigger is a lullaby that is often used to induce a sense of poignancy into the proceedings. It doesn't work, which is the big problem. It comes across more like a cheesy jingle in the middle of a Schwarzenegger movie marathon on TV. So what went wrong? The film after all looks spectacular. It has been shot and designed so beautifully that I wished I had watched it on a big screen. I saw a screener copy. The tattoos on the villains, the interchanging color schemes of red and green and yellow during a big battle sequence, the campy costumes, the brilliantly choreographed action, the artful spurts of blood, everything has more color and more personality than the script, which is just a collection of cliches thrown together. We feel we have seen it all before, and the writers do nothing to tweak these cliches and take the narrative into really dangerous and nail-biting territory. Now imagine this. Imagine a riff on Leon the Professional, right? Where a hitman takes in a little girl and she learns his trade. Why not try something like that, given that this film too has Kangana Ranaut expressing reluctant motherly tendencies towards a little girl? As Agent Agni, Kangana does her best with a character defined more physically through action scenes rather than psychologically. There's an amusing scene where she overpowers a street thief and pats him on the cheek, like a mother admonishing a rather badly behaved child. In a nightclub, she begins to make out with a stranger and then changes her mind, which suggests that the character has issues with intimacy. There's another scene where she gets wounded and as revenge, she stabs the bad guy a dozen times in a matter of microseconds, which is the closest we get to a real character trait. As a child, someone noticed this in Kangana. Someone noticed that Kangana had so much anger in her that she needed to be taught how to harness this anger, how to keep it in check. Now, this almost makes her sound like one of those X-Men who have those powers that need to be kept like in check, right? And you wonder why this line did not form the basis of her character throughout the film, or perhaps even behind the scenes. Had she channeled all that anger at the writers, she and we might have ended up with a better script and a more effective movie. So that's it about Dhaakad. If you like this review, do subscribe to Galatta Plus and see you soon at the movies.